Thank you for taking the time to view this video covering CDOT Pay Item 213-00012, Spray-on Mulch Blanket by the acre. CDOT has developed a series of short videos to assist the engineer in charge with the inspection verification requirements during construction for successful revegetation. Please also have a copy of CDOT's construction phase inspection and verification checklist for roadside revegetation. As you reviewed this video, this checklist is available from the CDOT Landscape Architecture section webpage. These requirements are from the CDOT Standard 213 specification and Stormwater Management Plan current at the time of releasing this video. Welcome to the Spray-on Mulch Blanket or Bonded Fiber Matrix Preparation Checklist. There are 5 important items to verify. Verify that the correct amount of water in 3,000 pounds or approved product per acre are added to the tank of the hydro mulcher and that the slurry is uniformly agitated. No other materials should be added to the slurry like seed, fertilizer, or pH modifiers. Verify that spray-on mulch blanket or bonded fiber matrix is sprayed onto the surface uniformly from 2 different directions to prevent shadowing. Verify that the hydraulic mulch is not applied where concentrated flows are anticipated. Verify that hydraulic mulch that was sprayed on signs, guardrails, hard surfaces, or vegetation is removed by the contractor.
What we're looking at here is actually a temporary easement or a grading easement that was acquired during the project in the right-of-way process.
Spray-on mulch blanket installation shall strictly comply with the manufacturer's mixing recommendations and installation instructions. No chemical additives, with the exception of fertilizer, soil pH modifiers, extended term dyes, and bionutrients will be permitted. The spray-on mulch blanket shall be mixed and applied as follows. The hydro-mulching vessel shall be filled with water to at least 1/3 capacity high enough to cover agitators prior to adding any material. Continue to fill vessel with water and slowly add the fibers while agitators are in motion. Run agitators at 3/4 speed. Continue to mix tank a minimum of 10 minutes prior to application.
So what we're doing right now is we're putting in the first amount of water into the hydraulic seeder, and we're going to do hydraulic mulching today. So they're going to fill the hydro seeding vessel about 1/3 full, and then they'll fill it, and then they'll put in the hydro mulch, which is on the back of the truck there, and then they'll mix it together, and then they'll finish filling up the tank to the correct amount of water based on the manufacturer's recommendation. So they have just enough water where it's up above the agitators.
They are adding in the bales of approved spray-on mulch product at CDOT's standard application rate of 3,000 pounds per acre.
Each one of the bales weighs 50 pounds, and we think that we can get enough in there about
750 pounds.
or a coverage of about 1/4 of an acre with this piece of equipment.
So yesterday, they came in and did hydraulic seeding with the biotic soil amendments.
One thing we noticed is that there's great soil bed preparation here. You can see how the grade is kind of broken up with the micro topography. Nice little pockets for the seed and the hydro seed to collect. And then what they're doing with the hydro mulch or spray-on mulch blanket is they're putting the 2 applications on today. So this was hydraulically seeded yesterday with the wetlands mix out here. So this is the second application of the spray-on mulch on top.
Apply spray-on mulch blanket in a uniform application using a minimum 22-degree arc type nozzle. Apply hydro slurry at a minimum of 2 layers and in 2 directions from top of slope down and from toe of slope up. Spray-on mulch blanket shall not be used in channels, swales, or other areas where concentrated flows are anticipated and should not be used on saturated soils that have groundwater seeps.
So underneath here, and it's the darker color, is actually the seeding or the upland seeding that took place yesterday. And it's the hydraulic seeding method from the new 212 specification. And we think that this is a great example of seedbed preparation with the uneven texture. They did a great job of picking up the larger rock material before they seeded yesterday. And this is a great example. If you see something that's been dragged by a bucket or is really compacted and smooth, that's not going to allow that microtopography for good seed germination. What you want is diversity. So if you have little pockets where the moisture can collect. That's going to germinate different seeds. Some of the ridges will germinate other seeds depending on the moisture, but if you get that diversity, you have a better chance of getting germination from your overall seed mix. So it's a little bit of the construction logistics here. They're doing this in 2 phases. They seeded this outside edge yesterday and put down half of the spray-on mulch, and they're applying the second half today. But they're able to get it at 2 directions by using the cannon or the nozzle on the truck. But you can see some of the shadowing on the back side of these ridges, and that's just a function of constructability. We're standing at the LDA line, or the limits of disturbance for the project. So it's really hard to get the back side of these ridges, but that's a classic example of shadowing from the topography.
The contractor will be required to switch the application method from the truck or trailer-mounted cannon to a spray gun on the end of a hose if the slope lengths exceed 125 feet for a cut slope or 150 for a fill slope. The contract will also be required to utilize a hand spray gun on the end of a hose if topography is preventing a slurry coverage rate of at least 90% of the soil surface.
Once again, this seedbed preparation looks really nice. It's not compacted, it's not smooth, it's got the nice micro topography or little ridges. And this would be the limit of disturbance here, of course, on the project.
Thank you for watching. Please watch our next video.